everyone, thanks for coming. Today I'm going to be talking about the information of car seat safeties. So for a second, I'd like you to imagine that you're in a car and you've got children in the back seat and you're driving wherever you want to be driving, and you go across an intersection and someone runs the red light and hits you in the side of the car. So as a parent, your first and most terrifying thought is my child okay? Are they safe? So child safety is such an important aspect of any parent or teacher, any person that is around children, and car seat safety is one of the most important aspects of that. So today I'm going to be discussing how to properly install and buckle a rear-facing car seat, the importance of knowing what kind of seat your child needs to be in based on their age and weight and height, and also how to properly install and buckle a forward-facing car seat. So first of all, I've got my car seat here, which is rear-facing and forward-facing, which is called a convertible car seat. So how you properly install this, it has these latches in the front on either side, so you can see them here. And when you put them in a car, there are little hooks. You push this lever here, and it clips right in. Making sure that it's properly installed doesn't just mean clipping them in. It also means making sure it's tight enough. So there's a pull, there's a drawstring here that you pull, and if the car seat can move 1 inch side to side or front and back, it's too loose. It needs to be clipped and tightened securely. The next part of it would be buckling it properly. Come here. Can you sit? So I have my buckle here. What's your baby? And when making sure the buckle is secure, it's important to make sure, first of all, that the chest clip is armpit level. So it's not down here. That gives too much room. So if she were to be in a car wreck, she'd slide right through that. It needs to be at her armpits. Also, you need to make sure that when you buckle it, it's tight, so I shouldn't be able to pinch this. If I could pinch it, it'd be too loose. So once again, she could easily slide out. Also, another important feature of rear facing is that the seatbelt on her shoulders needs to be at or below her shoulders, which means this needs to be right at her shoulder level. If it were to be raised and this was higher, once again, you would have incidences with the position of her car seat in the car. Thank you, sweetheart. Another little side note when installing the car seat is knowing the angle. So not for every single convertible car seat or infant car seat, but for this version of Graco, which is my size 65, in order to know that it's in the right proper installation, there are 3 different levels here. So we want it on the blue, which is the first. And how we make sure we've got that is this lever right here can be pulled and adjusted. So it's already where we need it to be, so we're not going to do that. But if there's questions or concerns about it, always checking to see on this little bar right here, there's a silver ball. If it's in the blue zone, that's where it needs to be. If it's in red, it's not in the adjusted position for where it needs to be. Also, if there are questions or concerns, your car seat always has a manual. So always consult that for your specific brand and car seat specifically. And there's also instructions on the side too. For knowing whether or not rear facing, forward facing, what kind of car seat your child needs to be in, it's really important to look at your state laws, regulations, things like that. So for our Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, their guidelines for rear facing is at least a year and 20 pounds. And then they can go forward facing after that with a 5-point harness up until about, 4. And then they can go to a seatbelt after that. However, if you look at any car seat brand, any information online, fire departments, any place that gives you information on car seat safety, they will highly, highly recommend looking at the NHTSA, which is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and the AAP, which is the American Academy of Pediatrics. And their guidelines are a little more strict, I guess you would say, as far as making sure your child's extremely safe and not just having the basic guidelines. So for instance, AAP and NHTSA, they recommend that your child be rear facing till at least 2 years of age and up till 4 according to what your weight and height limit is for your specific car seats. So for the my size over here that I just had up, the guidelines for that are, so rear facing you can do 4 to 40 pounds, and then forward facing can be 22 to 65 pounds. So an example of that is my 2-year-old daughter who is turning 3 next month. We just turned her forward facing. She's 26 pounds. So she fits right into that forward facing time frame. But if we wanted her rear facing, she could still be rear facing. And we also have this Graco car seat over here, which is the Nautilus 65. And the guidelines for this, so this is only forward facing. It cannot be turned around, so it's not convertible. It is a 5-point harness and can be turned into just the back and base, and can also just be the booster. So it's a 3-in-1 booster seat. And the guidelines for that with the 5-point harness are 22 to 65 pounds. And then the harness can be removed, and it can be used as just the booster with the high back from 30 to 100 pounds. And then the back can be removed for just the booster from 40 to 100 pounds. So it's good for a long period of time and can be used for many stages. As far as forward facing goes with the convertible car seat, the things that change with it, because a lot of it stays the same, but the things that change is the clips that go into the front. They can actually be removed. So this would slide out and go into the back where it would go here. So this would pull out through that side and then pull around and come through the back here. That way it would be clipped in this way. This would be adjusted like so. Our clips would be back here. They would be tightened securely. And this very important part would be also installed. So this, what it does is goes up the back of the seat through the headrest into the very back behind the seat where there's also a clip. So this will be clipped in the back and tightly secured for extra safety. For buckling safety on this, not much changes other than the fact that it would be raised because it needs to be a little above her shoulders. The important thing with the chest clip still needs to be at the chest, at the armpit level. The tightness stays the same. The shoulder straps, however, need to be at or above the shoulders instead of below. So that's the only difference with that. It's also important to mention with any car seats that you should not use any accessories that did not come along with the car seat. So for instance, this headrest piece right here came with the car seat, so it's safe. If you were to buy one that didn't come with it, it wasn't tested with it, it wasn't approved to be with that, so it does not give your child extra safety. It's actually a hindrance to that child. For the booster, which like I said, this is the Nautilus 65 Graco. And once again, the buckling doesn't change. So the buckling is the exact same. And once again, the accessories that are on it came with it. So it's safe. It's been approved, it's been tested. As far as installing, once again, we do have our clips back here, but they are a little different than on the other one. These ones you have to open like this, push it in, here's the clip, and it clips in right there, and it'll install. It also has the adjuster, and it also has the back clip to the back of the seat. So none of those change. It also has instructions. This forward-facing car seat does not have a ball. It is not needed for knowing if your child's at a 45-degree angle as it is with the rear-facing. So that's one thing to note. And when you do remove the straps and put your car seat with your seatbelt, they go right through these. That's where you know it's secure. And you always want to make sure that, once again, the headpiece is put at child's shoulder level, and it can be adjusted with this red lever up here, so it can go up or it can go down. So yeah, once again, the three things that we've covered with this are how to properly install and buckle both forward-facing and rear-facing car seats, and how to know what the appropriate age, weight, and height are for those, and how to find that information through AAP and your state guidelines and things like that. So, you know, car seat safety is a very important thing, and a lot of people overlook it when looking at all the preparations they need for their children, because a lot of times they're just thinking about their house and not their cars, and it's very overlooked how dangerous cars can really be. So preparing for the safety of your child outside your home is very, very important. I appreciate all the time you guys took to be here. Thank you, and I hope this has been informative.